Once upon a time, in a quiet little mountain village wrapped in mist and sunshine, there lived a girl named Mina. Every morning before school, Mina would sit by her window and watch the clouds roll lazily across the sky. The mountains stood tall like gentle giants, guarding her small world. And every day, as she looked up, she whispered the same words. "One day, I'll touch the sky." The villagers called her the daydreamer. Some smiled at her imagination, others just shook their heads. Her best friend Rafi would laugh kindly. "Mina, people can't fly. We don't have wings." But Mina would only smile back and say, "Maybe not yet." Because inside her heart, she believed that if she dreamed big enough, maybe just maybe the sky would listen. One windy afternoon, as Mina was flying her paper planes by the river, a strong gust carried one farther than ever before. She ran after it, through tall grass and flowers, until she reached the edge of the forest. There, tangled in vines, was something strange old wooden wings. A broken glider. Its fabric was torn, its wood cracked, but it looked like it had once touched the clouds. Mina's eyes widened. She brushed off the dirt and whispered, "You tried to fly too, didn't you?" That moment changed everything. She dragged the glider all the way home. When her mother saw it, she laughed softly. "Mina, that thing's older than me. What will you do with it?" Mina stood tall. "I'll fix it. I'll make it fly again." Her mother sighed, but she could see that spark in her daughter's eyes, the kind of spark that doesn't fade. From that day on, Mina spent every evening in the old shed behind her house. She collected scraps of wood from the carpenter, old fabric from the tailor, and bent wires from the junkyard. Her hands became rough and blistered, but she didn't mind. Every cut, every mistake meant she was one step closer to flying. Sometimes she failed. The wings didn't balance, the screws wouldn't fit. One night, the whole glider even collapsed with a loud crack. Mina sat down, tears welling in her eyes. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe I can't do it. But then, she remembered her mother's words. "Dreams don't grow without effort, Mina. If you want to fly, you must build your wings one piece at a time." She took a deep breath, wiped her tears, and whispered, "One piece at a time." And so she did. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Slowly, carefully, the glider came back to life. The wood gleamed under sunlight. The fabric stretched tight and strong. It wasn't perfect, but it was beautiful because Mina had built it herself. When Rafi saw it, he gasped, "You actually did it!" Mina grinned. "Not yet, I built it. Now I have to make it fly." The next morning, the entire village gathered on the big hill outside town. They had come to see the girl who dreamed too much. The wind was strong, brushing through Mina's hair. She stood at the edge with her glider, heart pounding. Some villagers whispered, "She'll never make it. She's just a child. She'll fall." But Mina looked up at the sky and smiled. "I'm not afraid of falling. I'm afraid of never trying." She took a deep breath, ran forward, and jumped. For one breathless moment, she fell. Then, the wind caught her wings. The glider lifted. The crowd gasped. Mina was soaring, her laughter echoing through the valley. She rose higher and higher, the village below turning tiny and distant. The wind sang in her ears. The mountains looked close enough to touch, but suddenly a strong gust hit her side. The glider wobbled. Fear gripped her. Her heart raced. "I'm going to fall!" But then, she heard her mother's voice again in her mind. "One piece at a time, Mina." She steadied her hands, breathed deeply, adjusted the wings, and slowly she found balance again. The fear melted away. The courage returned. Mina flew. Not perfectly, not easily, but beautifully. When she landed, everyone ran toward her. Rafi reached her first, eyes wide with awe. "You did it, Mina! You actually did it!" She smiled, brushing the dirt off her clothes. "I didn't fly because I wasn't scared," she said softly. "I flew because I didn't let fear stop me." The villagers stood quietly, some clapping, some wiping their eyes. Even the old baker, who once laughed at her, smiled and said, "Looks like the little dreamer showed us all something." That night, Mina sat by her window again, looking at the stars. But this time, the sky didn't feel so far away. She took one last paper plane, wrote on it, "The sky belongs to dreamers," and tossed it into the night. As it drifted away, paper planes began floating from other houses, to children, grown-ups, everyone sending their dreams into the moonlit air. Mina smiled. The sky wasn't lonely anymore, because now her whole village had learned to dream too. Dreams don't belong to the lucky. They belong to the brave, the ones who build their wings, fall a few times, and still choose to fly again.